On my arrival, I ran into Ray Austin, an off-duty EMT with the All-Star Ambulance. He was on the cell phone with our dispatch. As soon as I pulled up, I exited my vehicle, grabbed my fire extinguisher out of the trunk of my patrol car, ran over to the vehicle, attempted to extinguish the fire in the engine compartment of the vehicle. I yelled into the vehicle to the driver to cover her eyes, took the fire extinguisher and smashed out both the driver front and rear window. We decided to both enter the vehicle. Ray got into the vehicle first. We were able to get her free, pull the driver over the driver's seat, out the rear door, and onto the ground approximately 15 to 20 feet away from the vehicle. After we got her out of the vehicle, within 30 seconds the vehicle was fully engulfed in flames. Well, I've thought about it several times. Since that day, I've always felt that I was at the right place at the right time. I think the true hero is Ray Austin, because Ray Austin was the person that stopped. We've had many times where somebody will drive by a vehicle that's in a ditch and keep going and either go home and call 911, or they would call from their cell phone and continue to go. But Ray stopped, he got out of the vehicle, he called, and he stayed there, and he assisted me. Without Ray being there, who I believe is the true hero, she would have died in that car fire. Ray got into the vehicle, helped me extricate her and get her out. I would have never ever been able to remove her from the vehicle by myself. Just about everybody that I work with in the Sheriff's Department loves the job. They love what we do, going out there and helping people. So I'd like to thank everybody who has nominated me. It is an honor to receive this award. It's nothing that I ever expected to get, and I really am truly honored to receive this.
I decided to stop, back my car up. As I did, I was able to shine the lights on the vehicle and could see fumes, smoke, that sort of thing coming from the engine compartment, and I could tell that it had struck a large tree. I attempted to get in, trying all the doors, tried talking with her to try to calm her and assure her that somehow we'd get her out, even though I was saying that. At that moment I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, but I was concerned that I felt the car was going to catch fire because I could hear things crackling. Just before the sheriff arrived, the car did burst into flames. And he parked next to my vehicle, and as he approached the scene, he came charging down through with his fire extinguisher, and silhouetted in the headlights. To me, he looked like Superman. And so that's what I call him now. And I'd like to think that most people would find a way, even though it's something you can't really plan on. Most people would find a way to do whatever could be done to save a life. And I'm just fortunate and glad that it turned out the way it did.
All of a sudden I seen a coworker run by me and scream my name, and I looked towards the direction that they just ran by me, and I seen a pair of legs sticking out. He was pretty motionless, and I bent down to assess the situation and realized after doing a quick size up of what was going on that he was in cardiac arrest. Instantly I just went over to doing chest compressions and did that for, it seemed like an eternity, and I got him to come back once. He started breathing, so I quit doing CPR, and then he crashed again, and then I had to resume CPR once more, and that lasted until the plant response team showed up, which was Steve Barisi and the medical crew. When they showed up, they could have hooked up the AED and shock them into a rhythm again. When I go out into the community, I help at the fire scenes and help out during EMS calls and car accidents, and I never expect any compensation. I never expect the sleepless nights to be, to get any sort of payment for it. I just do it to help my community, and I'm very honored to be the recipient of this award.
One of the most incredible places I've ever worked. I always said to myself that I was going to change jobs every 5 years, and until 11 years ago, I had pretty much done that. Now that I'm there and I see what happens there and the miracles that are produced, I never want to leave. It's a phenomenal place. Our mission is essentially to protect animals from people and find homes for unwanted animals, abused and neglected animals. Well, to those animals that are coming in, the thousands that have come in, it's very important because it saves their lives. Animals are just such a big part of everybody's life that somebody needs to be their voice. They don't have one, and we need to be their voice. If you substitute Jeff Lubai and put the Humane Society in there, that's the organization that makes this possible. And the organization that makes it possible is made up from a board of directors that's local, who are committed, knowledgeable, and make extremely important decisions on how our organization is run. It's also made up of volunteers. It's incredible what these people do and what they give up to do it for the animals that are in our care. And the other people that are phenomenal are the staff. I have seen them do amazing things. It's a wonderful place. I'm honored to be sitting here, but there should be an entire organization behind me.
For me, I don't know where I heard this, but I know at some point when I was little, I must have read this or heard this somewhere, and it's stuck with me forever. I think it's very important that when we die, we leave this world a better place than it was when we got here. And so I think the best way to do that is to volunteer, whether it be on a small local scale, like in your own community, or on a larger scale throughout the entire world. But I just think that it's the responsibility of everybody to try and make an impact on people's lives, and that's what I'm trying to do here. 2 summers ago, I went to Romania with Habitat for Humanity, and we built homes. In one city, we built homes for a specific family, and then we went to another city and we built for apartments for future orphans that were coming out of an orphanage. But when we were in the first town, it was called Dejeuj, Romania, and we were building this house, and we were finished it. We were the group that went, and we finished the project, and it was great. To see the smile on this family's face was like the greatest thing, and it was really cool because the whole time we were there, they would help build the home, and I don't know, it was beautiful to see the kind of joy that I was bringing to this family. That was definitely, for me, one of the best moments of my life. And I've always tried to have a positive impact on the world, and that's, eventually what I want to dedicate my whole life to.
I've been with the Lakewood Fire Department since 1962, 52 years. Guess I've been through every position in the fire department. I've been chief, I think total of 9 years, assistant chief 6 years. I was 3rd Battalion Fire Coordinator for the county for 22 years. I've met so many people over the years. The guys I had in heavy rescue school, the different chiefs you work with, it's just so rewarding. The camaraderie, it's really hard to put into words how you feel about the guys you work with, but you trust them with your life. It's hard to say what it means, but to me, can't thank them enough. I don't feel I deserve it. Everybody deserves it. there's ones out there, I feel deserve it more than I do, but it's a great honor. I thank them sincerely, and there I go again.
That's perfect.
My name is David John Wilson, born and raised in Silver Creek. Now reside in the township of Stockton. I've worked 30 years at the Chautauqua County Soil and Water Conservation District. I'm also the current town supervisor in the town of Stockton. I've served on the planning board, the zoning board, the board of assessment review. Well, the people that I work with in Stockton are just excellent people. Education has always been a big part of soil and water conservation. Soil and Water will put together a 40 by 80 tent. We will man it, we will fill it with educational activities, and we will do this. So we built all the props. We have a milking cow that you actually set under, and it gives water. It's a full-size replica of a cow. We gather eggs out of the chicken nest. We pick apples. We build scarecrows. We play in the corn and wheat seeds. So it's a big hit, and you'd be surprised how many people from other parts of the county come in, the urban people that really have never felt corn seeds or grain seeds and really don't know what they're playing with. And so it breaks the ice, and we just do it. I was always brought up that, you give back to the community, and, I've been a fireman all my life since I turned 18 or 19, and so you do whatever you can for your community. I appreciate them all realizing that it takes time and effort. I thank my wife for allowing me to do this because it's many nights away from home. I just don't know what to say. I mean, I'm speechless, I'm humbled.